Well, I'm Fred Eichler, and today I've got a Bass Pro skinning tip for you on how to skin a beaver. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but really the beaver pelt is what fueled Western expansion. It was the fur trade that caused all kinds of people like Lewis and Clark to come west and literally check out the West for this valuable fur. Now, what's really neat about a beaver is they do make absolutely beautiful pelts. This is a pelt of one that I trapped that's been tanned. And I'm going to show you how to skin one just like this. So with a beaver, it's actually pretty dang easy. All you want to do is take a very sharp knife, and the first thing I do is I ring right above the foot, right here. And when I say ring, I literally just cut a circle right around it to where it meets all the way around, just like that. Then I do the same thing on the other side. Literally right at the base of the foot here, I'm just making a circle all the way around. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the hind feet. You can see how big the flippers are. This is a 45-pound beaver. It's actually a very large beaver that was destroying a lot of trees on the ranch here. But I'm going to do the same thing here. And again, you can see where the hair ends right here at the back of the foot. And I'm going to make a circle right at that hairline all the way around until I meet my other cut, just like that. Then I'm going to do the other hind foot exactly the same way. Then the last cut is to ring around the base of the tail. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but beaver are actually really good to eat. I've had barbecued beaver that was delicious, and the beaver tail is actually not too shabby. So I'm actually going to take the tail off right now, but I'm going to lift him up so you can see what I'm doing. I just go right to where the hair ends and where the tail starts, and I'm just going to go ahead and ring it right there all the way around at that hairline. I'll roll him over to make sure I got the other side nice and even. All the way around to here. Now, I'm going to actually cut all the way through now, and I'm going to take this tail off because I'm actually going to cook this tail tonight. And you can go right through the joint right there. And there we go. Beaver tail off to the side. So, I have made couple cuts here. I've ringed the feet, taken the tail off. The only other cut you need to do is basically all the way along the very center of the beaver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and being careful not to go into the cavity, I'm going to come all the way up on this beaver, nice and even. You want to make sure you make an even cut all the way up to the base of the chin here. And then I'm going to roll them around, and I'm going to go the other way with my cut. And again, I'm just going to go all the way down right in the center. And when I get to the vent, I'm going to spin it around, and I'm going to go right around the vent here on this side. Right around the vent on this side. And then all the way down to the base of the tail. That is all the cuts that you need to make. So now I'm going to start skinning the beaver back. And what I do is I just grab the hide and I start working along, making sure not to cut the beautiful and valuable, in a lot of cases, pelt. Now I try not to leave too much meat and fat on, but I'll flesh that out later. Or you can take it to a taxidermist like I did with this beautiful pelt. Once I had it skinned out, I took it to the taxidermist and they tanned it out for me. So I'd way rather leave a little meat on and a little fat and flesh it out later than cut through the hide. So I'm just taking my time here, working along. So the only tricky part around the mouth here is you want to just, this is my main cut that went all the way up right in between the teeth, and you stay right along the edge of the gum line there, and you just keep working this down, just like that. What I do is I peel his mouth back a little bit there so I can get to it. And you want to make sure you just don't make any cuts. Then the only other spot you have to be kind of careful here around the leg is you want to make sure you don't cut the hide here. But I'm going to literally slide the leg out of the pelt. And I'll show you here in just a sec. I've almost got this leg out, as you can see. I'm just going to keep working the hide and pulling the leg forward as I'm going. Okay, there you can see my cut coming up on it right there. And I just follow that all the way along. And there's the foot out, and there's one side right there. And now we'll just keep working down. Okay, when you come to the ear, here's the base of the ear. You can roll it back and you can kind of feel where the ear goes in, and you want to make sure you don't cut that off too short. So I stay right at the skull. There's the base of the ear. Just gonna keep working this pelt back a little more so you can see a little better. So there's the base of the ear. So now if I flip it over and show you here, I've got the ear unattached now from the head. The head is where it's the thinnest, so I'm kind of taking my time, going slowly because I don't want to mess that up. Because they're rodents, they have small little eyes, smaller ears, but I'm going to come in right here and I'm just going to work my knife right along the edge there. So I pick up that whole eye socket without cutting through it. And there we go. So now we've got the ear and the eye on this side taken off. I'm just going to follow the gum line. And the skull on these beavers is actually a pretty cool trophy as well. Now I'm going to start on this other side. You can also do them from a hanging position, but for the purpose of this, I thought it'd be easier to show you from the side. I should be hitting my cut here in just a minute on the other foot. There we go. Now, almost done. We just have the head. So as I'm coming down to the head here, again, I want to just be careful. I don't want to cut through anything. I'm going to stay close to the skull all the way through. When you get to the very end, I actually cut just right through the nose, close to the skull, and then you have an absolutely beautiful beaver pelt. Well, there's your tip on how to skin a beaver so you can have a beautiful trophy for the wall. Brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.